do with ladders or hoses. Now, in the middle of a life-threatening emergency, even victims who can't hear will be able to communicate with those firefighters. Channel 3's Brian Garnett has the story.
What if a victim firefighters are trying to rescue from an inferno like this is deaf, unable to hear the life-saving directions the firefighter is trying to get across?
Deaf people look just like the rest of us, so there's really no way of telling. And in an emergency situation, we need to be able to communicate.
There, how would you sign there? Come on, wake up, wake up.
So communicating without their voices for people who cannot hear them is what city firefighters are listening to, one of the few programs of its kind in the country.
Focus is basically gestures, not necessarily spelling with our fingers or specific sign language skills.
They are obvious, simple gestures up and down in what could be a critical need to be understood.
Me. Look at me.
It's estimated there are between 1,200 and 1,500 deaf and hearing impaired people in Hartford. But it's also hoped this sign language training will come in handy anytime anyone has trouble understanding in the frightening panic of a fire. One of the instructors, Lou Volpentesta, deaf since birth, a teacher at the American School for the Deaf.
I have seen a lot of frustrating situations in communication all through my life, not only fires, but other situations. It is good to emphasize communication of this nature with basic vocabulary.
Firefighters say the benefit of the sign language will be in the first moments they arrive at a burning building.
We wouldn't know how to communicate with him. Basically, he could be trying to tell us someone else was in the building.
Among the most important lessons for the firefighters, don't drag a deaf person from the fire by both hands, or you'll take away his ability to communicate with you. Brian Garnett, Channel 3 Eyewitness News, Hartford.
The Hartford Fire Department, meanwhile, is encouraging city residents with any disability to register at their local firehouse so firefighters can be prepared in an emergency.